It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we've got a showdown in the NFC South. It's the Buccaneers and the Saints, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
From a city that has hosted 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans. The setting in this dome just serves to amplify the excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Saints team as they enter play. They've been buoyed by getting 2 home games right at the start, and they come off a good victory in Week 1. On the other side of the field for the visiting Bucs, they come into this one after a loss in the opener, and they're in for another tough test here.
And what a battle for an organization to look at your schedule and see 2 road games to start the season and not have a letdown immediately. You got to fight against that. They've got to come out ready to play.
Games out of the way, time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in Week 2. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And out will come the leader of this offense, and that, of course, is their signal caller.
And he was terrific in the opener, threw 3 touchdown passes, and make no mistake about it, he was eager to get right back out and do it again. So I think we'll see him try to test his secondary quite a bit as this game goes on.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. His throw incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Tampa Bay coming out along with a man who needs no introduction, the great Tom Brady.
Well, we've all seen what Tom Brady can do on a football field for a couple of decades now. But how about his most impressive accomplishment? Moving to a different franchise and taking them to a Super Bowl title as well. Not many players can continually stiff-arm Father Time the way that he has.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. The LSU man, Leonard Fournette, born right here in New Orleans. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. This defense for the Saints, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks. And plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. On play action, now Brady. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
When Mike Evans sees man coverage, I don't think he's the only guy who gets excited. I'll guarantee the guy throwing the ball does, because guess what? He's got a lot of options about where to place it because of Mike Evans' size and frame.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Brady. Flush to his right. Caught on the right side by Jones. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
Jones. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Ronald Jones, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bucs have taken a first-quarter lead. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They saw their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stop it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Ryan Succop on for the point after. And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it's Ronald Jones that polishes it off with a touchdown run. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their 2nd drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Charles, when you talk about free safeties, I think one word comes to mind, range. And we saw an example of a rangy free safety right there.
And I have to think that when this play began, the running back thought to himself that this looks promising, but that feeling certainly didn't last very long. Super play defensively to lock in on the best route to his target, and he stopped him for no gain.
And the next-gen stats show us the top speed there, better than 18 miles an hour. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. That's complete to Troutman, right side. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
A nice throw right there. And Charles, this is game number 2 in the NFL for this young rookie. His guys getting the victory last week, and he played pretty well by most accounts. Curious, what did you see?
I saw something similar to what you described, Brandon, because I saw a guy who looked the part, a guy who was in command, not just with the touchdown passes, but definitely looked to be in control of the offense as well. And you and I both know that's often uncommon for a rookie quarterback.
A run for Kamara on first down, but the running room closes up quickly as he's only able to get a yard there.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Now it's 2nd and 9. They'll set up to throw, and that is incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. They'll drop to throw. Looking long for Thomas. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this will be taken at the 13. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their 2nd drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Brady and the Bucs now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. And he'll begin with a give to Fournette to start the drive. And breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
Let's go.
Well, Leonard Fournette, not a guy to shy away from contact. He can lower the boom on you when he gets ahead of steam, and that was a heck of a run right there.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tacklers aside like they're not even there.
Brady now on 1st down. He'll drop this underneath for Jones. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it'll make it a 2nd down. Brady gives this one off to Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
The job of any linebacker involves having enough strength to fight off a blocker and get to ball carriers. But in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the snap to get into the backfield and make that play.
This is caught by Evans. And he will be marked down inside of New Orleans 10. A big play that time for Tampa Bay.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air. Nice chunk of yardage there. And then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Leonard Fournette, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Taking it about the 1. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. They'll set up a throw.
Open man is the tight end, Troutman.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw it, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
On second down, Kamara. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
13 yards on the play. That's another Saints first down. First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Kamara. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run. But for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll look to throw here. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sack back at the 38. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet.
Well, when you're down a couple of scores like this, CD, you can't afford too many plays that go in the wrong direction like that one.
Yeah, when you take a good look at it broadly, sacks are better than giving up an interception. But where they are on the scoreboard, they've got to get rid of all of that and just create positive plays for themselves in order to have a chance. This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. So that one a disaster. A big loss there with second down coming up.
You know the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the
And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Vita Vea. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Joe Tryon. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New Orleans. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And we'll see what he can do on the return. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Leonard Fournette and the rest of the Bucs offense set to take over once more.
He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. A gain of 3, second down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Brady's throw on target to Godwin here. And he'll be corralled right around the 34.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Meanwhile, Brady's throw complete here, pulled in by Brate. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Play action. Now it's Brady. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Fakes the give to Fournette. Now Brady. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Bruce Arians taking exception.
Review the play. Ruling on the field stays.
So the challenge not a successful one, as this will stay an incomplete pass. Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And he's got it. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Chris Godwin, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. Succop for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay.
Bradley Pinion, the kickoff for Tampa Bay.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
2nd and 6.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Brings up second and 10.
Second and 10.
Back to throw again. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
And he will find his man on the outside. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it.
And the Buccaneers are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. This one swung out here to Jones. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Throwing on 1st down is Brady. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Throwing now is Brady. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked up by Paulson Adebo. And the Saints are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line.
Intercepted. The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 1-yard line.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. Fighting to get back to the goal line. I don't think he got there. He did not. Did not get back there. It's a safety. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. Going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford anymore at this point. So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. So we have reached halftime. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it.
Both teams going through their final halftime adjustments. We're about ready to get back to football. And to bring you the second half from the Superdome, let's go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line. He's dropped at the 23.
Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, want to get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little, kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
On second down, here's Fournette. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And for the Saints here on third down, an extra defensive back on the field. They'll look to throw.
They'll swing this out to Fournette.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
A handoff to Fournette. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Drops it to Jones in the flat. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
I believe I could see what they were trying to do there, but unfortunately, the back ran out of room. Too close to the sideline. And for defenders, we're often taught,
11 on the field. Those sidelines can become the 12th defender. It worked to the defense's advantage on that play.
He completes it to Evans. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Now a first down carry by Jones. He had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On third down, he'll drop to throw.
Quick completion here to Johnson. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
A shotgun give to Fournette. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Ronald Jones, his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Buccaneers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Extra point try now for Succop. And the lead is now an even 30. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it's Ronald Jones that polishes it off with a touchdown run.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Running with Kamara. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 48 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Looking long for Thomas. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown! Michael Thomas, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints get a bit closer. Extra point good by Gostkowski. And that will shave a bit off the lead as it's down to a 23-point game. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. Fighting him off, and he gets this up across the 35. Before he's out of bounds.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Completes it to Miller. That catch good for only a couple.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Quick pass out to Miller. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49.
Let's go. I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Here's a give to Fournette. Trucks over him. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They're going to look to throw. A pass underneath for Fournette. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Fournette, a 1st down carry. Bulldozes past him. And even 100 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. Pushes him over. He was brought down there by Will Parks.
He's taken down at the 7-yard line.
So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. 2nd and 7. He'll look to throw. And this is caught by Evans. And the Buccaneers are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle made at the 10-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Now back to throw. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down. They go back to the ground now with Fournette. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Leonard Fournette with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Bucs offense continuing to pour it on. So So, Charles, the bad taste from that opening week loss, that's just a memory now. This has been a very strong performance as they score once again.
Yeah, I know it's only week 2, but you're exactly right, because this team felt like they let one get away in the opener. And not only were they determined to not let the same thing happen here, they knew that they had to correct a bunch of things. So everything that went wrong in game 1, they took care of business with it in game 2.
Extra point put through by Succop, and the lead will swell by one more.
Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails, because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back out on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Jordan Whitehead.
Nice kick. Intercepted by the Buccaneers.
CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
Now the Buccaneer. Offense set to take over again.
And they can run this score up even further as they begin this drive with a 1st and goal and that huge lead.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Now Jones. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
I just wonder if before that last play, if someone on the defense stepped in the huddle and said, we've been run over, run around, run through all game long. Can we come up with one stop right here? And on that play, they did.
2nd and 9 now. Eluding the pressure right. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. It's their quarterback with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bucs capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
That touchdown, Charles, the first rushing TD of his rookie year.
I don't know that he's going to be Lamar Jackson or Russell Wilson or Josh Allen at this stage of his career. But he's got youth on his side. Those young legs, he put them to good use there, didn't he?
Succop for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt.
Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The New Orleans offense set to take over.
And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Over the middle, into the hands of Michael Thomas. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Back to throw now on first down. He'll air it out deep for Thomas.
And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes.
The big Vita Vea pushing his way through to wind up with a sack.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. This is fielded at the 27. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And, Charles, in a very one-sided affair, I think we reached the point in the broadcast where you and I, we may have some filling to do, right?
Yeah, I think you're right about that because we got to try and keep people around. We don't want them to change the channel. Stay with us in this game. Is that Ben Ramsar? Are you hearing from Ben on the headset here? Tell us, stretch this thing out a little bit.
Get some talking points, dig them all out.
That's what you get, a big-time producer. Keep them here.
They begin with a run by Fournette. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. He was brought down by Malik Collins.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
Looking downfield for Godwin. And this is taken in at the 5. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play that time for Tampa Bay.
Well, we saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
And it's just more of the same, a little bit of the ho-hum in this one. We've seen plenty of this in this game already. These guys, they're not letting up on the accelerator, and they're going to keep throwing the ball deep and daring you to stop it.
They'll set up to throw. Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown.
Chris Godwin
with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And this Buccaneer offense is running away with this one. Extra point up and good by Succop. And that will extend this big lead. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Here comes Michael Thomas and the rest of the Saints offense.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Throwing to start the drive, but that went incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down. He'll drop to throw. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. The Saints on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And all the way down to the 26. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw again. There again is Thomas. They've gone to him a lot. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means
touchdown, Saints. Michael Thomas with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the Saints get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
Gostkowski the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Taken in at the 3. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Leonard Fournette making his way back out there. He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
And he's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see a back just kind of have a grin on his face every time his number is called. Because he doesn't feel like there are going to be any lost yardage plays. Nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well. A solid stiff arm. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
126 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
A good pickup there on 1st as a screen pass gets them 8. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Pete Werner.
And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
Well, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference. defense. This team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll drop to throw.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well.
And that's on Austin Jackson, first-round pick in 2020.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. This is caught by Evans. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
That's on the guard, Alex Kappa.
Still first down.
Back to throw here. Evans has it left side. And he's out right at the 25.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They'll set up a throw. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack.
Zach Ball.
Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. And checking that NFL scoreboard there in the 4th quarter down in Arizona. And it was the Niners who were able to come away with a victory there. A win would be their 2nd on the young season. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And got his man complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He's going to go up top again.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting.
And the Bucs are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game Like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
Now Leonard Fournette. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20.
Let's go. Let's do this.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called